You've been told to just manage your symptoms. But what if your problem is hiding below the surface? Welcome to Root Cause Wellness.
All right, let's talk about two drinks that pretty much run the world: coffee and alcohol. I mean, we use them to get going and to shut down. But what if that whole daily ritual is actually creating a hidden brain drain, one that's way more serious than just a buzz or a hangover? We're going to uncover what's really going on under the hood.
So does this whole scenario sound a little too familiar? You're basically chugging coffee all day long just to force your brain to get in gear and check things off your list. But then when the day's over, your mind is still racing a mile a minute. So what do? You grab a glass of wine or a beer just to finally, switch off. It's this cycle, and honestly, so many of us are completely stuck in it.
And the results of being on this hamster wheel? They're just frustrating. You wake up feeling just plain off. Maybe you've got a throbbing headache, or this weird, nagging anxiety for no reason. Or maybe it's that brain fog that just won't clear. And oh, that awful, jittery feeling from that one cup of coffee too many that just destroys your productivity for the rest of the day. Sound familiar?
Okay, so let's actually connect these symptoms we're all feeling to this daily grind cycle. Because if we want to break free, we have to understand what's actually happening inside our bodies on a biological level. Now, the very first thing you need to know is that this is not a personal failure. It's not about a lack of willpower. These feelings, the anxiety, the brain fog, the jitters, they are not just in your head. There are very, very real biological reasons you feel this way.
And that brings us to the first major root cause. It's something super simple, but also profound: dehydration. But, probably not in the way you're thinking.
So, what on earth do these two completely different drinks have in common? Well, it turns out they share one really powerful and really problematic quality. Both of them are massive diuretics, and understanding this one fact is a huge piece of the puzzle.
So what does diuretic even mean? Well, simply put, it's a substance that forces your body to get rid of water by pulling it directly out of your cells. So this isn't just about forgetting to drink enough water. This is about coffee and alcohol actively pulling water from your system. This is the exact reason you wake up with that pounding headache and super dry mouth. Your brain and your body are literally starved for water.
But wait, it doesn't stop with just dehydration. It's more like a nasty 1-2 punch. On one side, you have alcohol, which acts as a straight-up toxin. It messes with your liver, your mood, your ability to think clearly. And on the other side, all that caffeine you're drinking is wrecking your sleep, which causes a huge spike in cortisol, your body's #1 stress hormone.
And here's how that whole cortisol thing really snowballs. You drink caffeine all day, right? Well, that messes up your sleep quality that night, even if you think you fell asleep just fine. That poor sleep then signals to your body that it's under stress, so it starts pumping out more cortisol, and when your cortisol is high, it tells your body to hang on to fat for dear life, which makes losing weight feel impossible. It's a truly vicious cycle.
So yeah, dehydration, toxicity, cortisol, they're all big deals, but there's an even deeper, more fundamental problem at play here. There's a real culprit behind the absolute worst symptoms, especially that anxiety and those dreaded jitters.
So that brings us to the key question. After everything we've talked about, what is the single biggest factor that links that cup of coffee and that glass of wine to that awful feeling of being on edge, anxious, and jittery?
The answer is the depletion of one single, absolutely crucial nutrient: vitamin B1. Both alcohol and certain compounds in coffee are actively robbing your nervous system of this vitamin. It's also known as thiamine. This, right here, this is the real heart of the problem.
Okay, this is the part that changes everything. That horrible, shaky, nervous feeling you get from too much coffee, that's not a caffeine buzz. It's not you being over-caffeinated. It is a direct physical symptom of your nervous system screaming out for vitamin B1. It is a deficiency state. That's a total game changer, right?
Okay, I know we've laid out the problem pretty intensely, but this is all about solutions. And the best news is that because this is a nutrient issue at its core, the fix is direct, it's fast, and it is unbelievably effective.
How fast are we talking? Well, the response can be shockingly quick. We're talking minutes. When you give your nervous system the exact thing it's been missing, you can feel a difference almost right away.
So, here is your simple 3-step action plan. Step 1, stop the drain. The very next time you feel those coffee jitters or that anxiety after a drink, just take a vitamin B1 supplement and see what happens. Step 2, reset your rhythm. Just try limiting yourself to one small cup of coffee and only in the morning.
This is all about protecting your sleep and your cortisol levels. And finally, step 3, find the ultimate swap. Instead of that glass of wine at night, try something like kombucha. It's got this natural fermentation thing going on that can actually give you a really nice, relaxing feeling, all without the toxic hit to your liver and brain.
You know, understanding this deep connection between what we're putting in our bodies and how we actually feel, it's like a superpower. It lets us stop blaming ourselves for feeling bad and start fixing the biological root cause. So the real question to leave you with is this. Now that you can see this cycle so clearly, what else in your daily routine might need a little bit of a rethink?
Remember, true health is about getting to the underlying root cause, not just managing your symptoms with a label and a pill.